The English language has this very neat, easy, precise way of stating that something is going on right now. I'm talking about the so-called progressive form, which is produced by using a form of the verb to be and the gerund. The Danish language is not so fortunate. It doesn't have a true progressive form. But what we have in Danish, on the other hand, are 4 ways of stating the same idea. Something is going on right now. In this video, I will be showing you all you need to know about these 4 forms. Welcome to Mixed Languages. I'm Mick. With me, you learn the language the way it's really spoken. Speak it for real. So let's go right away in the example sentences. And on these sentences, I'm going to show you these 4 different forms. I recommend you to watch the video until the end because there are some of them where not all of the 4 forms will be working. Let's start with an obvious sentence. I am explaining how to use the progressive form in Danish. So, first of all, we can use the present tense. That's the easiest way and that's used very often. While in English we distinguish between I explain how to use and I am explaining how to use, we don't do that in Danish. So we can just use the present tense. Jeg forklarer, hvordan man bruger progressive form på dansk. The problem here is that it can mean, as in English, I explain how to use. It can be kind of a job description. It could be something I do for a living, I do every day. But so, fortunately, we have other forms. 3 other forms. The first one is with ved at. Jeg ved at forklare, hvordan man bruger progressive form på dansk. And we would normally pronounce this very fast like this. Jeg ved at forklare. Jeg ved at forklare. You see the ved at is ved. Jeg ved at forklare, hvordan man bruger blah blah blah. That's a good form. The next one is with i gang. Jeg i gang med at forklare, hvordan man bruger progressive form på dansk. Jeg i gang med at forklare. Jeg i gang med at forklare. This form and the one I just talked about, ved at, are the same. They are synonymous. Ved at is a bit more informal, where i gang med is a bit more formal, but it's a very slight difference. Form number 4, we combine a verb of position with the main verb here, forklare. In this case, I'm standing, so we use the word står. Jeg står og forklarer, hvordan man bruger progressive form på dansk. Jeg står og forklarer. So this has kind of an aspect of I am explaining in a standing position, right? Jeg står og forklarer. This form also exists with 3 other verbs of position, which is sidder. If I were in a sitting position, I would use sidder. Jeg sidder og forklarer. If I were lying, I would say, jeg ligger og forklarer, jeg ligger. And if I were walking around, I would say, jeg går og forklarer. Okay? Sentence number 2, the reader is reading a book. First option, present tense, Rita læser en bog. So this can mean that she is reading a book right in this moment, or also for the moment being like these days, she is reading a book. Then we have ved at, Rita ved at læse en bog. Rita ved at læse en bog. This can also again be what she's doing right now, in this second, or it can kind of be an ongoing thing over several days. The same with Rita i gang med at læse en bog. Rita i gang med at læse en bog. And then the 4th form, in this case, she is lying, so we would use ligger. Rita ligger og læser en bog. Rita ligger og læser en bog. This is totally in the very moment right now. This cannot in any way be something that she's doing over several days because we're using this form with the ligger, so it's right now. This is her position. Hun ligger og læser en bog. Sentence number 3. She was having breakfast when she heard the screaming. Again, the first option is the present tense, or in this case, the past tense, actually. Hun spiste morgenmad, da hun hørte skrigene. Hun spiste morgenmad, da hun hørte skrigene. But this actually would not be my preferred way of translating this sentence. I will use one of the other 3 forms. Let's go through them. Rita var ved at spise morgenmad, da hun hørte skrigene. Rita var ved at spise morgenmad, da hun hørte skrigene. Rita var i gang med at spise morgenmad, da hun hørte skrigene. Rita var i gang med at spise morgenmad, da hun hørte skrigene. Eller nummer 4. Rita sad og spiste morgenmad, da hun hørte skrigene. So here we again use one of these verbs, one of these 4 verbs. In this case, she's in a sitting position, so we use sidder in the past tense, sad. Rita sad og spiste morgenmad, da hun hørte skrigene. Next sentence. They are thinking about, or they are considering, moving to the countryside. First again, the present tense. De overvejer, om de skal flytte ud på landet. De overvejer, om de skal flytte ud på landet. And ved at, de er ved at overveje, om de skal flytte ud på landet. De er ved at overveje, om de skal flytte ud på landet. This expression overveje is like they are overweighing something. They are weighing one thing against the other. Very interesting and much used expression in Danish. Overveje. I gang med. De er i gang med at overveje, om de skal flytte ud på landet. De er i gang med at overveje, om de skal flytte ud på landet. And the last one with a position verb. De går og overvejer. De går og overvejer, om de skal flytte ud på landet. Right? They're walking around considering. That's a very normal form here. De går og overvejer, om de skal flytte ud på landet. We would often use this form. And actually, all of these 3 last forms would be equally used. Next sentence. He had been living in the country for 10 years when he got the citizenship. Han havde boet i landet i 10 år, da han fik statsborgerskabet. Han havde boet i landet i 10 år, da han fik statsborgerskabet. Here, we cannot use the other forms. Where in English we have an to be with ing, he had been living. We cannot do that in Danish. This probably has to do with the fact that we here in English have a continuous form, right? You have the expressions progressive and continuous form in English, which often are used for the same idea, but they actually are not. Progressive is something going on right now in this moment, whereas continuous is over a period, right? Live, for example, you live over a period somewhere. And here we cannot use a form with ved at or i gang med or with står, går, ligger. That would make no sense at all. So here we don't use a progressive form, we use a normal form, which in this case would be what we in Danish call før datid, plusquamperfectum. Han havde boet. And the last sentence, he is climbing up a tree. Here we have only 3 options. There's one of these options that won't work. Maybe you can already figure it out for yourself which one is not valid here. The first one, present tense, works. Han klatrer op i et træ. The second one, ved at, works. Han er ved at klatre op i et træ. Han er ved at klatre op i et træ. The third one, i gang med, works. Han er i gang med at klatre op i et træ. Han er i gang med at klatre op i et træ. And the fourth one won't work because he's already doing something physically. He's climbing. And how will you combine sit, lie, stand, walk with climbing, right? So this option is not valid here. Well, thanks for watching this video about the progressive form. I hope it makes a lot more sense to you now. I hope you can now make your own sentences. Please feel free to write some sentences down here in the comments, and I will correct them if they need to be corrected. Please do me a favor and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on this notification icon, the bell icon, so you get notifications whenever I post new videos. This was all for today. Tak for i dag. Vi ses.